What's going on, guys? Welcome to my channel. It's your boy Goose. It's been a while since I last did a video, so I wanted to talk about what my life is after closing down the trucking company. So with that being said, a little recap. I was selling equipment. I was selling my trailer off. I had to trade in my trucks to minimize my debt. I had to close down my IFTA account, my DOT number. I had to close down my payroll account. I had to do taxes. I mean, there was just a lot of effort to be put into closing down the trucking industry. One of my complaints about it is that my agent, logistic, for my company, when I talked to them about closing down my account, they said, oh, we can help you close down all your accounts and make sure everything's done well, but it's going to cost you $600. So I asked them, I was like, so what did I pay you for if not to help me at some point? Because I think it's like $100, $180 a year to have their membership. And they said, well, just to do all this for you is going to cost $600. I said, you know what, I could make the few phone calls, I could write the letters, it'll be fine. I'm not going to pay $600 when I don't have it. I'm not producing anymore. I'm not on the road. I don't have any trucks on the road, so I'm not paying anybody anything. So I took care of all that. I closed everything off, and everything's been taken care of on that end. The company has been successfully closed down. I'm out of business on the trucking industry, sadly enough. But we're entrepreneurs. We're gonna try. It's gonna go right sometimes. It's gonna go wrong sometimes. The point is, as an entrepreneur, when you trip and fall, you have to know how to get up, dust yourself off, and keep going. So as an advice for anybody that's closing down their business, or that doesn't know what to do when you're closing down, I can tell you from experience, the first thing I thought of is that when this dust finally settles off, you're gonna want to stand back up and keep moving forward. And there's a lot of things that are gonna be in play at that time. Let me tell you, the first thing is that you have to make sure that financially you do the best moves possible. In my case, I had 2 trucks under my personal credit. So what I did was I traded them in, even though one of them was shot to hell, because my Ram 3500 had motor issues. It was wrecked, hit with the trailer. Just my driver did a real number on it. I traded it in with my F350, and I got a 22 Ram 1500. On my previous video, I did a review of it. It's my first video. I wanted to break off this channel with something fun, and what better thing to do than to review my new truck. It's the first time I own a Ram 1500. I'm really not a Ram product kind of person. I'm more of a Toyota or Chevy, but hey, I had to do the best I could, and that was the only one that was willing to trade with 2 trucks at one time. Anyways, I'm moving too fast. So when I traded in my trucks, I had to make sure that my credit didn't take as much of a hit, or a hit that I could handle. Yeah, I had a higher payment, a higher note to pay monthly, of course, because of the damages issues, and a lot of people are going to talk about, oh, we would have negotiated this, you could have gotten so much money, blah, blah, blah. There's a lot of people in the trucking game. Listen, guys, anybody can talk hot air. It's just words in the wind. Nobody knows how to handle a situation unless it's you in that moment. You have to figure out what's best for you and what you can or can't do short term. The first thing you're doing when you're mitigating damages is what can you do short term. Don't think about expanding this into a 5, 7, 8 year issue, 10-year issue, because guess what, guys? At most, to settle off your issues from closing down a business, it's a 1.5 year issue. It's a 1.5 year on the road that you're gonna have to walk it. So with that being said, I had to figure out what can I do within then, what can I do to make money and still keep myself above board. Because when the dust settles off, my personal credit was gonna be the one that I'm gonna have to rely on for my next move. Obviously, I'm gonna have to figure out a way to how to save money, how to make some money. But those are things that you think of after the fact. That's kind of like, what can you do now to try to cut off, ease the blood flow that's fixing to come. So yeah, I had a higher payment note on my truck, but I'm happy with my purchase. As you guys can see, it took a while, but I got my windows tinted. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I'm not gonna tell you I'm making a huge amount of money. It took me a few months before I could even get my windows tinted how I wanted them on my truck, on my 1500. But that's okay. There's nothing to be ashamed of. There's nothing to be, shy about. I'm here to let you guys know that life did not end after closing down the business. That there's other things that you can do to make money. There are things that, that help you move further along while you're working a 9-to-5, while you're working on conventional jobs. It's all about focusing yourself and moving forward. So let me break down the thought process of what I was doing and what I'm doing now. So after closing down my business, I had to get back to the drawing board. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. There were nights where I had to think about what happened to my life. Where did I go wrong? I wanted to get an explanation. The insurance company said I was trying to scale too fast. My DOT numbers were not bad. I was not failing inspections. I was not having accidents. I was not damaging people's products. The insurance had it out against the hotshot industry. They wanted us, or most of us, they wanted us out. They didn't just do it to me. They did it to the Toe Piglet guy. They did it to countless others. The natural progression of the business should have been hotshot into semis and continue yourself off onto multiple loads or trucks. But I was not only working for myself, but I also had owner-operators working under my MC. And they were doing good work. I was lucky. I talked to the guy still. I have a good relationship with him. There was no reason for me to just because I had one bad company driver doesn't mean that was it, that was the end of it. I had to make sure that everything was taken care of. My people were taken care of. But the insurance just wanted me out, and that's fine. If one door closes, another one opens somewhere else. And with that being said, I had to think about what door God was opening for me and how I was going to get to it and how I was going to cross it. So, yeah, I was hit with a little depression. I was sad. I'm 30 years old. I wanted to establish my business and grow it, but, just because you fall doesn't mean it's the end of the world. Just get back up, dust yourself off, and let's keep going. All right, with that being said, after closing out the business, I talked with my family. I didn't ask them for money, even though they were offering to help. This was my endeavor. This was my issue of what I was doing to get out of it. So I had to move forward with it. So, I manage rental properties, both residential and commercial, so I focus on that. I don't really know there's much that you can say on how to manage rental properties, but I'll make videos about that as well when I can. Then I also got a job working at a restaurant, managing a restaurant. No, it's not the most, upscale job, but it is with family. It is my mother's restaurant, so I went in to work with her. She was kind enough to give me the opportunity to go back to work with her after I went off on my own. So, I manage the restaurant. I take care of payroll, inventory. I work in it. I cook. I wash dishes. I do everything. And managing the restaurant does come with its perks and its issues, but I'm glad I'm doing it now. I'm getting a salary. I get paid from it, and I'm just putting myself back together till when I have to go back on my feet and figure what I'm gonna do next. In the meanwhile, I keep working. I'm learning. I'm interacting with people. I'm trying to see what my next step could be, and I'm moving forward. So I'll make some videos about my restaurant experiences, and for those that are interested in it, what can be done, how to do them, and everything. But I gotta let you guys know that You know, life doesn't end after closing down a business. It's just another way of going. All right, guys. Well, till next time, hope you guys enjoy the video. Remember, if you're on the entrepreneurship path, just stay at it. Don't get discouraged if things don't go the first time don't go your way. You know, just keep trying. There's different avenues, there's different ways to do it. Just stay constant, be determined, and keep going. Just know that at some point, just because you're set on a business doesn't mean that's the business for you. It's better to lose a finger than lose the whole hand. Just know that, first above all. All right, guys, take it easy till next time.